All right.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Maya Bernstein, and I'm the Dean of the Honors College. So first of all, congratulations on your acceptance to the College of Charleston and to the Honors College. We were so excited to see you this evening and tell you all about some of the next steps, as well as share with you what we think makes the Honors College special and really the place that you want to be this fall. So as a student in the Honors College, you're really going to be part of a smaller community, kind of a college within a college. And the Honors College has established itself as one of the top 40 public honors colleges in the nation. And we really pride ourselves on community, opportunity, and innovation. And as a freshman in the Honors College at the College of Charleston, you will be assigned an honors faculty advisor. And so that person will be with you to work with you for 4 years as you navigate the curriculum, to identify opportunities for experiential learning, such as internships, research, and study abroad, but also mentor you as you prepare for post-graduation life. So whether your goal is to land your dream job at a place like JP Morgan or head off to pursue a PhD at a prestigious institution, or maybe start your own company, or even continue as a Fulbright scholar and travel abroad after graduation. Really, the possibilities are endless. In fact, this evening we have Dr. Jeslyn Collins-Froelich with us. She is a faculty in the English department. She's also the director of our Office of Nationally Competitive Awards. So that would be the office that you would work with in order to apply to such prestigious awards such as the Fulbright that I just mentioned. We also have this evening joining us the Honors College Associate Dean, Dr. Brian Ganaway, and he's the director of our advising program. So he will work with the advisors so that they make sure that they are able to spend time with you and really personalize your experience here at the college. He also teaches in the Honors College, and he's also joining us this evening. And in addition to that honors faculty advisor, as an honors college freshman, you will also be assigned a career coach from our nationally recognized career center. And this added resource will assist you to identify opportunities and really help you develop your professional portfolio so you can be one step ahead of the competition. So you're going to have a lot of resources and support that first year. And that fall of that freshman year with regards to classes, you'll be enrolled in our Honors College First Year Experience. And this honors course is designed to really engage you with the community in a very uniquely Charleston site-specific course. And this course is paired with an honors engaged requirement. And so what is that? That is a requirement where you will be immersed with critical issues in our community, such as food and housing insecurity, and inequities and healthcare access. So this year-long community engagement program will really serve to empower you to be change makers in your community. And we're fortunate enough to have the director of this Honors Engaged program, Dr. Cavalli, here with us this evening. She also teaches in honors and advises Honors College students as well. So she'll be a great person to help answer some of your questions. So as you continue your education past your first year in the Honors College, you're going to be afforded the benefits of small, unique courses that are filled with 100% honor students and are often interdisciplinary. You'll have easy access to world-renowned faculty, lots of different opportunities that you're going to be encouraged to engage in, even as early as that first summer after your freshman year, so far earlier than many of your peers that are maybe going to larger institutions. So we have all of these wonderful faculty joining us. Elizabeth Roberts is here this evening as well. And we also have Lily McGonigal, who's a current student. She's a junior here in the Honors College, and she'll also be available to answer questions. So I'm going to pass it on to Elizabeth Roberts, who's going to go through some next steps for you as you enter in the Honors College in the fall. Elizabeth?
Thanks, Dr. Maya Bernstein. So as she mentioned, I am the Associate Director of Admissions. I'm going to be talking with you all a little bit about just sort of next steps, very technical, what you need to do. Those of you who haven't quite made your decision yet, what you'll do once you have made that decision. And for those of you who have made your decision, we'll just cover and make sure that you've done everything that you need to. And then just for those of you who are visual, so you can see what all we'll be talking about. After that, we are going to do a faculty and student panel. We've got some pre-submitted questions that we're going to go through, but you all are also welcome to drop those questions in the chat, and we'll have people either respond via the chat or we'll ask them aloud so we can discuss them. And then after that, at the very end, probably around 7 o'clock, we are going to save some time to just do some breakout rooms just so we can have some smaller conversations. That is kind of what we're used to in the Honors College, is those small conversations where you're getting to talk with faculty and other students and connect with them. So we'll have a couple different breakout rooms for you to choose from. The first one will be if you still have questions, and you can drop in and talk with Dr. Meyer-Bernstein about whatever questions we haven't answered yet. And then we'll have another group for students who want to just chat with other admitted students. And Lily will be kind of moderating that one, just so you can connect with other students and sort of, get some footing when it comes to getting to know who else is coming to the Honors College here. So I'll just get started just by telling you a little bit about next steps. So these are the very sort of like logistical things that you need to do to make sure you claim your spot in the Honors College. It does look very similar to what you need to do to claim your spot in the College of Charleston, because there are no additional steps needed to confirm your spot in honors. So if you pay that non-refundable enrollment deposit, that is $400, or if you get that waived, you are telling us that you want to come and be part of College of Charleston as well as the Honors College. So if you're like, wait a second, it says College of Charleston and it doesn't say honors, we know if you're an admitted student that you'll be part of the Honors College unless you tell us otherwise. With the housing application, you'll also want to do that. And again, there's a little bit of nuance here, but it's not going to be explicitly different from the non-honors instructions for completing that housing application. So what I would say with this is that when you go in that housing system, students aren't tagged as sort of honors or non-honors. And so one of the best ways just to connect with other honors students is going to be through the GroupMe or through the Facebook group. And while I am talking about that, I am going to drop into the chat a link just so you can access where the GroupMe is, just as a reminder, in case you haven't quite made it there yet, because that's going to be, like I said, just the best way to connect with other students and make sure that you know sort of who all is coming into the class. It's also where we send out some helpful information. So I just dropped that link in the chat. You can go to that page that is specifically for you as an admitted honor student. And there's a GroupMe link there as well as a Facebook group. So that's going to be one of the best ways to connect with other admitted honor students. And then when the logistics of actually signing up for living in Berry Residence Hall, which is our honors residence hall, we are still working with the housing office on what those logistics will look like, but just rest assured that we'll make sure that you get priority access to that residence hall. This year, I believe that they're going to give you a chance in June to actually sign up and pick your room and everything alongside your roommates. So that'll be a great way for you to go ahead and get connected to the honors community. When it comes to registering for orientation, which again, you'll do after you submit that enrollment deposit, we do have some that are specifically designated for honors students. So the first sessions, 1 through 10, are going to be what we call honors preferred sessions. Actually, most of those are listed as closed right now. So I believe sessions 1 through 7 will be listed on the orientation website as closed. However, we have saved spots in each of those for honor students. So if you want to be in one of those sessions, you would just need to sign up for another session and then email the orientation office. And they know, okay, admitted honor students, we're good to go ahead and slide them into one of those sessions. What that orientation is going to look like is a day of virtual Zoom meetings, of learning more, of getting great information about the honors curriculum and what you can expect to take in your first year from Dr. Ganaway, who you'll hear from more in a little bit. And then in the afternoon, you'll actually have a one-on-one session with one of our honors advisors just to talk through sort of what your plans are, what you're thinking about majoring in, what credits you're bringing, that kind of thing, and then actually sign up for your classes. So that's going to be a great first step into becoming a College of Charleston Cougar this fall. If you aren't able to, because of your schedule for whatever reason, join one of those honors preferred sessions, just let us know and we'll make sure that you still get that great advising that you need to be successful in that first year. So those are all the things that need to be done by May 1st. So that's sort of front and center what you need to be focused on. Once you have done those things, I do want to sort of talk about the after May 1st things. So with this, make sure that you're setting up your College of Charleston email start checking it regularly. That is going to be our fail-safe. So if nothing else, if you remember nothing else that we're talking about here, make sure that you're checking your email regularly, because we will send you lots of nudges to make sure that you're doing all these things that I'm talking about right now. You'll also want to send final transcripts, high school, college transcripts to College of Charleston. That's important. In fact, it's essential. We can't register you for any classes until we have both of those things. Send official AP IB scores to College of Charleston if applicable, and our Transfer Resource Center will make sure that those are evaluated and that you get credit for all of those that you qualify for. And then you'll also want to make sure that you're doing your immunization forms. I will go ahead and say that this question will probably come up. The college has not announced yet what the plans are for COVID-19 vaccines. Likely is not going to be, we only have 3 required ones right now, and those are all listed on Health Services website. But this is going to be an essential form that you'll need to submit before you're able to register for classes. So just go ahead and sort of keep that in mind. Again, this is kind of an after May 1st, just tying up loose ends things. And again, remember, if you remember nothing else, be sure you're checking your email, because we'll send lots of emails about all of these things. So those are sort of the nitty gritty of taking the next steps. I do want to kind of zoom back out and talk a little bit more about what the experience will be like as a College of Charleston Honors student. So I'm going to now call on my faculty and students who will be serving on our panel to chat with us a little bit about some questions. And like I said, we've got some pre-submitted ones, but if you have specific questions you want us to answer, feel free to drop those in the chat at any point. All right, so let's actually start by having everyone introduce themselves. So you've already heard from Dr. Meyer-Bernstein. So Dr. Cavalli, I'll just ask you to get us started.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Jennifer Cavalli, and I'm the Assistant Director of Student Engagement for Honors. And as Dr. Meyer-Bernstein said, I also do a good bit of advising of honors students and teach several classes, both honors colloquia and advanced studies courses. And I'm really pleased to be here today because I'm the Director of Honors Engaged, and I love talking about that. So I'll be sharing a little bit more about that when we get to some of the questions.
Thanks, Dr. Collins-Froelich.
Hi, I'm Dr. Collins-Froelich, and as was mentioned earlier, I am the director of the Office of Nationally Competitive Awards. That's one of the hats that I wear on campus. I am also an honors faculty fellow and a senior instructor in the Department of English, and I frequently teach the first-year composition course in honors, which you guys will come to know as Honors 110.
Lily, will you go next?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lily McGonigal. I'm a junior biology major here at the College of Charleston. I am a Charleston Fellow as well as an Honors Ambassador, and I'm really excited to be here.
And last but not least, Dr. Ganaway.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Brian Ganaway. I'm the Associate Dean of the Honors College. I manage the advising system, and I'm the Director of the International Scholars.
All right, so this is who you all will be hearing from a little bit tonight. So let's get started with our first question. What is unique about the honors first year experience?
Oh, that's my jam. It's also my job. The honors first year experience beyond George Street was something that we created in 2011 as a dynamic first year experience course for College of Charleston Honors College students. We know how important the first year is, and in fact, it's the most important for your college career because that's where you set the foundation for personal and professional growth and your academic success, as well as your engagements on campus and the broader Charleston community. So the first year is not only your gateway to a successful honors college experience, it's your gateway to a world of opportunities that will open up before you during your time here and for many years to come. So you're not just going to be honors students, and you're not just going to be College of Charleston students. You will also be residents of the city of Charleston. So Beyond George Street focuses on introducing you to and engaging with resources on campus and in the city of Charleston and the Charleston community. We also focus on examining social justice turning points in the historic relationship between CofC and the city of Charleston, and developing living documents you'll use throughout your college career, such as the PACE Navigator. This is a 4-year plan for courses in research and service and study abroad opportunities that you might want to pursue, and really homing in on your goals, short-term and long-term. We also ask you to produce a resume and a personal narrative, and include a civic engagement proposal for our complimentary year-long civic engagement component, Honors Engaged. Honors Engaged assists students in becoming scholar citizens at the college in Charleston and beyond. We see scholar citizenship as translating theory into practice and academics into service. The Honors Engaged program connects each first-year honors student to a critical issue in the Charleston community for a year-long exploration based in either collaborative research and/or direct service. Now, through each part of the honors first year experience, you have a team of faculty and staff behind you, which includes peer facilitators and honors engaged liaisons who will be on the ground with you week after week. And it really is this part of the program, our peer mentors that make the first year experience work and make it special. Many honors students also live in Berry Hall, as you just heard Elizabeth talking about, which becomes the natural hub for meetings with peer facilitators and honors engaged liaisons. You live and learn in the same place. It's also where those of us in student engagement have our offices and where many honors courses are taught.
Thanks, Jennifer. Can I chime in? And then maybe Lily can talk a little bit about her experience in Berry. So, Dr. Cavalli just talked about this wonderful, unique opportunity that we have for our freshmen in the Honors College, the Honors Engaged. And I find that students that have applied to the Honors College, that come to the Honors College are often really engaged in the communities in high school as well, in their own communities, and they enjoy that part, right? That's how they can impact their community. And so then you move to college and you're in a new community and you don't know anything about that community. You don't know what issues are in the community. You don't know how to interact with that community. You don't know how to find solutions for that community. And so this Honors Engaged really gives you the tools that you need to not only learn about that community your freshman year and figure out where the needs are, but also how to impact that community going forward while you're in Charleston, but also beyond. And so wherever you end up after graduation, you've already been really taught how to be a change maker, if you will, for the good in your community. And so I think that the program that Dr. Cavalli is talking about that's unique here in Honors is really sets you up for success, not only in your 4 years in college, but also well beyond that. So Lily, could you talk a little bit about Berry? Because none of us have actually lived in Berry except for you. So if you could share a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, I'm a Charleston fellow, so I highly encourage everyone to live on campus their freshman year. I live off campus now, but definitely freshman year, you have the ability to interact with way more people if you're on campus. You can have a meal plan. You never have to worry about being far from campus, transportation, anything like that. And it's a really great opportunity to just meet and connect with a lot of people. Like I said, many of the classrooms for honors classes, as well as offices, are located on the first floor of Berry. So you're living on first, second, and third floor, I think was also honors only, if I remember correctly. So those are honors only. However, the building is not only honors students, and we're going to address this a little bit later, but you have the opportunity to also live with just like, not, just the general college population as well. So it's not just the honors college that's there. So you have the opportunity to interact with more than just the Honors College. But what's great is second, third, first floors are honor students that you see every day in class. There's working areas, we have study rooms, so you'd run into people working on the exact same assignments you were at late at night or early in the morning or whenever it was. And I don't promote it, but also if you need to roll right out of bed and get to your VGS class at 8 o'clock in the morning, it happens, and it is great to be able to get there and do that as well. It's also attached to a dining hall, so all you have to do is walk right downstairs and you can go get good food and things like that. So it's really nice.
So we're actually going to come back to Lily for this next one too. So are honor students isolated from the rest of campus? I know you talked a little bit about that very specifically, but what is the honor student experience like? What can our students expect?
Yeah, so I would first start off saying that in no way have I ever felt isolated from the rest of campus as an honor student. The roommates that I live with now are not honor students. Freshman year I had honors roommates, but you're taking classes that are both honors and non-honors classes, so you're still interacting with the entire population of the school. You have access to everything just like everyone else, but you also have access to more resources as well. Like they said, you're going to have a career facilitator, an advisor that will stick with you, the Honor Center, which is a great resource with free printing, which is great when you run out of printing at the library eventually. And we will be in person in the fall, which is great. So hopefully we'll be back to the printing as well, which is wonderful. But yeah, I mean, I've never felt isolated. I've honestly, you with the honors classes, because they're so small, you end up with a much smaller group of friends in the beginning that you get to know so well. And specifically, like I took accelerated chemistry, and we all ended up in like the same classes for an entire 2 years. And you just get to know everyone and become really close with them. And I've really, really enjoyed my honors experience.
All right, so our next question, how do Honors College faculty and staff support students?
So hi students, it's Dr. Ganaway again. And so I want to start just briefly with the faculty. So when you get here, at some point, you'll all declare a major. You will get a major advisor, that's a faculty member, who will focus on your area of expertise. But what you will also get for 4 years is an honors advisor and mentor, and that person will follow you regardless of what your major is or how many times it changes. Now, that person's not a major advisor. I like to say that they're the big picture person. Now, this was kind of silly, but this is how I explain it. So when I look at you, I don't see a 17-year-old. I see a 27-year-old. And so essentially what's going to happen is you're going to meet your honors advisor. You know, 2 of them are here, Professor Cavalli and Professor Meyer-Bernstein, and they're going to say, what do you want to do? And you're going to say, I want to do X. And when you say, I want to do X, that's going to code us to say, okay, we need to really look at study abroad for you as a junior. Or if I'm looking at Lily, oh, so you're maybe going to medical school. We have to get you in somebody's lab once you're done with your organic chemistry. Or you're going straight to the workforce upon graduation. We need to get you an internship. Or wow, you're really a good student for a nationally competitive award. Have you met Dr. Jesslyn Collins-Froelich yet? We need to get you to go see her. Okay. So in other words, I want you to think of the screen. It's in front of you. That's the universe of resources available at all universities, including ours. What we find is that many students are stuck in one corner, not because they want to be there, but because no one's helping them move out. So your honors faculty advisor is helping you to use the whole screen. Now, done with faculty and staff. We are really kind of a unique model. Our honors college, the boundary between the faculty and staff is not clear. In other words, what I mean by that is we work together on committees. We work together on admissions, on graduation, on course planning. It is holistic. So I am in dialogue constantly with Ms. Roberts, who is recruiting you. I'm working with Professor Cavalli in the first year experience. I'm, of course, working with the dean. So essentially recruiting onto campus, first year experience, honors curriculum, service learning, extracurricular activities. We're all in dialogue. This produces better outcomes.
I would echo that, you know, being in dialogue with one another produces better outcomes. I'm still, although I've been teaching in honors for a long time, I'm new as a member of the staff and as a member of the student engagement team. And something that has made that transition, even in the middle of a pandemic, much smoother than I ever could have hoped for. We're seeing my colleagues, my faculty colleagues, my staff colleagues on a regular basis, and knowing that they were interested in what it was that I did on a day-to-day basis and wanted to share with me what they did so we could all be on the same page and help one another out. And that spirit carries over to how we engage with honors students. You know, I email Dr. Ganaway all the time when I have a question about advising, or I just want to make sure that I know about all of the options available to my advisees, so I can make sure that I give them the best advice. And it's really been such a joy to join a team such as this.
Can I just add one more thing, Elizabeth? We have time. Yes.
Okay, just one more thing.
One more thing. So, you know, Dr. Ganaway said, we've said a couple times, you're going to get this four-year advisor in honors, a faculty member, and that's going to be great. But one thing that's also really, I think, something we do well is we listen. We listen to the student. So I, even as dean, I advise to, in fact, Lily is one of my advisees, right? So, it's a two-way communication. So as dean and also my colleagues, we're constantly looking for opportunities for you, right? Dr. Collins-Froelich is looking for opportunities with regards to nationally competitive awards, Cavalli and Dr. Ganaway about all those opportunities that we just talked about. So we need to hear what you need so that we can do our jobs better, right? So if I know that students are missing something, they don't have access to internships in a particular field or whatever, that allows us to then go and try to create opportunities for students that will be really helpful for you. So we could just do that on our own. We could just say, okay, we think the students need this, but that may be not what you need. And so the advising, it's a relationship that you're building with that faculty advisor and honors that allows you to be successful and allows us to create pathways for you that are going to help you be successful. And so I think that advising is more than just that one-on-one student communication, but also just the ability to create opportunities for you that might not already exist. All right, I'll stop talking now, Elizabeth.
That's okay. We'll come back to you at some point. All right. So let's talk a little bit about honors courses now. So what are some of the ways that honors classes are engaging, interdisciplinary, challenging? How are they distinct from other College of Charleston courses that you might take?
So first of all, they're very small. So you get to meet and your peers, your professor very quickly. You get to know them very quickly. And your professors care so much about you. They just want you to succeed. They want to make sure you're doing all right. And I think that's really great because even though, like, in general, the average class size of the College of Charleston is not going to be a Clemson 400 in a giant lecture hall kind of thing, you still get a more personal relationship with your classmates and your professor. But in the sense of kind of like an interdisciplinary kind of thing, I mean, I'm, like I said, a biology major, a minor in neuroscience, but I just finished taking, or not yet, I have to submit my final project, but last day of classes, I just finished taking Black religion and Black nationalism, which is a religious studies kind of course that falls under the honors courses that were offered. And first of all, like, all of the honors courses are incredibly relevant to current events. So you're always learning about something that is going to be of interest and relevant to the time period. It's not going to be kind of something that's super outdated or you feel like, why am I even learning about this? Like, it is engaging. It makes you want to learn about things. Like, a lot of other classes I've gotten assigned readings and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I have to do my reading. But like this is something that you look forward to, you want to learn more about it. And although it fits nowhere in my major specifically, it still applies, which is really great. I think that part of the great part about liberal arts education is like, you don't just try to like check boxes and things like that. But you're rounding out yourself as a person. So you're really getting these full experiences and gaining a better understanding of your environment and the world around you, which is really awesome. And I mean, the Black religion and Black nationalism class is one of my favorite classes I've ever taken. I mean, obviously very relevant to what's going on, but Dr. Kressler is an amazing professor. I had never had him before, but I have thoroughly enjoyed having him as a professor. I think he's great. But all of the honors professors are. I mean, you will, I've never heard of anyone that didn't like an honors professor that didn't enjoy an honors course. Even if it is Western Civ, which you guys don't really have to worry about, but even that was enjoyable in the end. So, yeah.
Anyone else want to touch on? Yeah, Dr. Cavalli.
Yeah, this thinking about how challenging they are, and hi everyone, it's Dr. Cavalli again. I mean, it's true. I mean, honors professors have high expectations, but they also have a high level of care. And so those high expectations combined with a high level of care means that we can be flexible and are committed to a flexibility in helping our students tap into their interests, because in our courses, students are coming from a variety of majors, and we design them as interdisciplinary to look at an issue from multiple perspectives, so different subject areas, how they might come at the issue, so that we can connect it to a multitude of interests that are represented in the classroom. And the other thing that really makes honors classes engaging is that professors who teach honors courses develop those courses from their own expertise, and they do it with honors students in mind. They do it with the learning outcomes that we collaborate on as a whole team to make them engaging, interdisciplinary, and challenging for you.
Okay, so our fifth question is about some of that out of the classroom learning. So what experiential learning opportunities are available to our students, and how are students going to learn about these opportunities?
Hey everybody, Dr. Collins Froelich again, and I'm going to talk for just a minute about the wide array of experiential learning opportunities you have available to you as honors students. As Lily has pointed out several times, you're not isolated from campus, so many of these occur across the campus, but you have that extra boost of support from the Honors College faculty and staff that will make sure you really know about and pursue all of these opportunities as they're relevant to your individualized course through your CofC education. So one of the things that you would be able to do as a CofC student is engage in research. Our students engage quite extensively in undergraduate research, and they do this on campus with CofC faculty. We also have students that work with faculty at the Medical University of South Carolina, which is just down the street from us. And we have opportunities to develop those relationships with faculty. So you're doing one-on-one research. We help you find opportunities at MUSC, but we also have really great programs like the SURF grant program. And this is a grant that allows you to do summer research with a faculty member from the College of Charleston. You develop a proposal and a project together, and this is open to any field, any discipline, any project that we really think is great to fund, we will fund. fund. So that's a really awesome way to engage in research as well. Another great way to get some experiential learning is to study abroad. And there are a wide array of different opportunities and ways to study abroad. We have faculty-led programs from the College of Charleston, and those may be something that is a Maymester or a summer course or series of courses with campus faculty. It can also be a whole semester abroad with a campus faculty member as well. We also have a wide variety of affiliate programs that you could go abroad with. So you could spend a semester up to a full year studying abroad with an affiliate program that we have through CofC. And so there's a great number of opportunities for that. As Dr. Meyer-Bernstein referenced earlier, you also have access to kind of a career counselor and mentor, and they can help you do things like find really great internships through our award-winning Career Center. So that's a great resource that's available. And then there's kind of my world, which is the nationally competitive awards scene. And these are a wide variety of awards. We support roughly 30 awards, some of the most competitive awards in the country. And they can help you do a wide variety of things. You can study abroad for a summer. You can be part of a cohort that learns things about community development, for example. You can even earn funding that will allow you to do the research you're already doing on campus. And you can, as you enter the later stages of your career, do things with national awards like teach English in a foreign country for a year, or even attend graduate school. So we have a wide variety of awards. And as an honors student, you will actually learn about a lot of these opportunities through your advising with your great mentors in the Honors College. But you also have unique opportunities like the Honors Hub, which is a great resource for all of our students, where we post notices and upcoming events that allow you to learn about internships, awards, research opportunities. There's the Career Center as well. They're great over there. They have access to a lot of resources that can help you while you are in your undergraduate experience and as you prepare for whatever the next step is. And then there's always my office as well. And as the director of the Office of Nationally Competitive Awards and somebody who teaches in and is really invested in the Honors College, one of the great things that I can help you think through in conjunction with all of the other folks that are appearing on your screen is what your awards plan might be. So as early as your freshman year, we can set up a consult and find those awards and opportunities that might be interesting to you, and we'll plan what you're going to do and apply for in your freshman, your sophomore, your junior, and your senior years. So we can be a vital part of that advising process.
Elizabeth, can I talk a little bit more about the undergraduate research and experiential? Okay, thanks. So, Dr. Collins-Froelich mentioned undergraduate research, and I just want to echo that the College of Charleston is highly committed to providing students with these opportunities. So this is, I think, really unique part of the College of Charleston is it is undergraduate student focused, and the faculty here across campus are committed to providing those opportunities to students. So their focus is on you and working with you as an undergraduate and not a graduate student, for example. And we also understand that those experiential learning opportunities are what's going to set you apart upon graduation, right? So you're not just going to have a degree in, English, but you're going to have that degree in English having done research with English faculty, having done an internship perhaps. And so that's really going to set you apart from the other students that may be applying for those same jobs or graduate programs. I also want to talk a little bit about this Office of Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities that really complements the Office of Nationally Competitive Awards on campus. And so there's a director for that. His name is Dr. Charlie Calvert. He's in the Department of Theater in the School of the Arts. And there are summer grants available, so you can get a stipend to do research over the summer. Also opportunities for to apply for funds to go and disseminate your work. So whether that be going to a conference and presenting your research, or maybe going to a particular performance and displaying whatever, you know, your maybe your choreography, for instance. Those are types of opportunities that we really support. That's at the college level, okay? It's important to note that undergraduate research is not just for science students. The office is called Undergraduate Research in Creative Activities for a reason. Opportunities, regardless of your discipline, are available to you to start as early as you are able and are willing. And so keep that in mind. Also within the schools, there's lots of support as well. So there's the School of Science and Math, the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. If you're a student in those particular schools, and probably the other schools as well, those are the two that come to the top of my head. You can also, there's also money there to support students for working with faculty or presenting their work or whatever it happens to be. Many of our students publish their work before they graduate. And that's because they start early on and they have a plethora of opportunities. Those opportunities are leading to those nationally competitive awards that Dr. Collins-Froelich talked about. And so our students can be very successful, if that's what your pathway is, to really gain those awards because you've had those early experiences going forward. I will say that what they also do is set you up to be career ready upon graduation. So you are job ready, you're ready to go to graduate school, you're competitive because of all these enriching opportunities that you've taken advantage of while you're at college that we really set out there for you as students, especially in the Honors College.
Great answers, everyone. So we've just got a couple more questions. So I want to talk a little bit about the alumni experience, which I don't know that I mentioned this before, but for those of you who don't know, I am an alum myself. And so very much so can speak from experience when I say that the Honors College really does set you up for whatever success you want to accomplish and whatever your goals might be. So generally speaking, though, what kinds of opportunities do our Honors College alumni have after they graduate?
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit about that. It kind of ties in what I was just saying, right? So the opportunities that you have here to enrich your experience really open the doors for kind of whatever you want to do. You also, one of the other great things about the College of Charleston is it's easy to double major, even triple major, double minor, whatever you want to be. And so when you graduate from the College of Charleston, you are not like pigeonholed because you are kind of a singular, you've had a singularity of experiences, for instance, right? And instead, you're going to have a very unique background when you then go to apply for whatever you want to do. So it really sets you up for whatever you're interested in. So we've got, you know, our students go on and do a whole host of different things. So, you know, a lot of students want to go on to graduate school. So sometimes they'll go immediately into graduate school. That could be a professional school like a MD program, a veterinary degree, a dental degree. Also, they're interested in going on to get their PhDs in whatever discipline, or also their masters, some MD, PhD. And so there's really a combination of a lot of different types of postgraduate education that our students pursue. Sometimes, and this is kind of the trend, they'll take a gap year or two before they go on to pursue, you know, advanced education. I don't like to necessarily call it a gap year because most of our students aren't not doing anything, which I think a gap year implies. Typically what they're doing is getting additional experience. They may intern before they go on to pursue an MBA, for instance, or something along those lines, to get a little bit of work experience before they pursue an additional degree. And so that's, you know, a certain number of our students. I'd say about 30% of our students go right into some kind of graduate program. Very successful. Over 90% of our students that apply in the last few years have actually gotten in. in. So, you know, if that's what you want to do, you have opportunity to be very successful. A lot of our students will just jump right into the workforce as well. And, you know, just depending on what you do, you know, graduate school isn't necessary. And so, but they're all set up to be taking on jobs at, you know, companies like JP Morgan or whatever it happens to be, or starting their own company. I'm meeting with all the seniors this week, or actually last week, in this dessert with the dean we have. And, you know, I was talking to a student yesterday who launched her own company yesterday. Didn't launch her own company yesterday. I was talking to her yesterday. She launched her own company last year, and she's heading to LA this year to display her stuff at Fashion Week. So there's lots of career opportunities that our students engage in. Also, many of them will be successful in these nationally competitive awards. So Dr. Collins Froelich can talk to you about, you know, Fulbright scholars that go on, go abroad for a year, other types of nationally competitive awards where our students, it's part of an international experience that students have engaged in. So there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of variety of things our students do, and very successful in achieving what they want to do. Again, because they've really had that guidance for those 4 years and really know what is needed to be successful, and whatever that looks like for the individual student. So.
I'll just chime in really quickly about this kind of gap year concept, right? I have to say that in working with honors college students, they take that year after graduation very seriously, whether they're going on directly to a job or they're going on to graduate school. And that's where we have a lot of success actually with our Fulbright Awards and other prestigious awards, where our students are looking at opportunities post-graduation in really creative and meaningful ways. They're looking for ways to engage with the community. They're looking for ways to expand their experience before maybe they pursue graduate school or a professional degree or enter the job market. And so we have a lot of students that go abroad and may get a one-year master's, for example, before they come back and start maybe something kind of completely different, or they'll go teach English in a foreign country for a year. But that's one of the advantages you get with the Honors College, is that great advising that you get in 4 years doesn't really end at the end of your 4th year. It still carries on into the next few years afterwards. Every year that I've had this job, I've had an Honors College alumni come back and apply for a nationally competitive award. So they stay in the loop, and it really do interesting things beyond the final year of their CofC experience.
I will say too that, you know, when you graduate, you're an alumna, right? So of the Honors College, and we're a pretty tight-knit community. And the alumni of the Honors College love to help students in the Honors College and alumni of the Honors College, right? And so you would be part of this network of other alum that can help you navigate, you know, how to get into law school, or, you know, how to get that killer job, or whatever it happens to be. And so the resources extend beyond the current faculty and staff, and really extend to that networking of the alum as well.
Okay, so let's go to our last question. And I know I told Dr. Meyer Bernstein that she can answer this first, but I'm actually going to take a stab at it first. So what makes CofC Honors special? And so I think we all have, you know, some similar reasons, but also some different reasons for why we feel like the College of Charleston Honors College is going to be unique and special. And so for me personally, and it's actually one of the reasons that I wanted to take this position as an admissions counselor with the Honors College, it's because when I was in the admissions process, it was so personal. And I had visited campus just once before and talked with some of the professors in the Honors College and with the dean at the time, and, you know, really enjoyed my time. But when I was visiting campus again, trying to make my decision and just sitting on the bench outside the Honor Center, trying to decide if I should go here, the dean at the time was walking into her office, and she stopped and was like, "Oh, Elizabeth, how are you doing? Are you still, you know, considering College of Charleston, major plans?" And she remembered all these very specific details about sort of what my goals were. And that sort of the level of personalization and care was something that I wanted from college. and something that I absolutely got in the Honors College. And so, you know, with everything that our professors do, with everything that our staff do, with everything that the other students do, I think that you can expect to feel like a part of a community and a part of a very caring and collaborative community. So that's what I would say makes the Honors College special. What about the rest of you? What do you think?
Did you want me to go? I feel like I've been talking so much, but you know, it's really the students in the community. And, you know, Elizabeth has experienced this from the students' perspective. I have not. I've experienced it from the other side. And I love the relationships that we form with the students. You know, I love spending time with the students. I love helping them get to where they need to be. And I also like the interesting trajectories that the students go. I mean, our students are so unique and so interesting, and I've learned so much from them and their challenges and their celebrations. And it just, I think, has made my life a lot richer to be able to have those interactions and spend time with the students and form those lifelong relationships. So, and also I love working with my wonderful staff, and and that's, I think, is what makes it special too, is I'm not the only one that feels that way, right? And it's not just everyone on this screen. It is a community of people that are really rooting for you and really supportive of you and really want to, as Dr. Cavalli said, a caring community. And so we do it as a community and as a group of people that really want you to be successful. And that makes it special too, that I'm with a team that all has that same mindset.
Yeah, and like Elizabeth kind of said, I was also searching for a personal experience when I was looking at colleges, and especially like this year. I mean, my PA school application's open in a couple weeks, and I've been talking a lot with Dr. Meyer Bernstein about it. But you know, I can stop into the office and be like, oh, I did really well in my GRE. Oh, you know, like it's accessible, which I think is the biggest thing. Is it doesn't feel like it's too big to be true or like things like that. Like, it's accessible. You are constantly able to get in contact with people, and that everyone really does just want the best for you and really want you to be the best version of yourself and succeed in any way possible.
Lily, I'm glad you said that about, you know, just popping in and saying, oh, I did really well on my GRE, because I know that I'm going to hear from my advisees when they have exciting news, or if they are thinking about pursuing an internship or another opportunity. And although they have an advisor in their major, I'm the person they talk to about it, you know, when they're still figuring it out. And so for me, it's the student faculty contact and relationship. And as Dr. Meyer Bernstein said, you know, about just enjoying spending time with students, you know, with the honors courses I teach, students become my thinking partners and my collaborators. And there's something really unique about that, and something we're able to do because of the seminar style approach we take to our classes, where all voices are heard and we grapple with interacting with one another's perspectives so that we can have a transformative experience and discern our social commitments and do that together.
So I will say that we could probably talk about that forever, but it is a very special place. And so I am going to thank our panelists for their answers tonight and for sharing their expertise with us. We are going to change gears a little bit here. So I'm going to stop the recording in just a second. And we're actually going to go into, there's going to be a couple of different breakout rooms for you to choose from. And so I'll open those up in just a second. But let me go ahead and stop the recording, which I can do while I talk.